Okay, so there's a new AI model that has everyone in the tech world talking. And here's the crazy part. It's so powerful, its own creators are too scared to release it to the public. So today, we're going to break down what this model is, why it's being kept under lock and key, and what this all means for the future of AI. Yeah, what happens when an AI learns to hack? And look, that isn't some tagline from a summer blockbuster. It's the real central question behind a brand new model from Anthropic, and it has the entire tech world, well, buzzing and frankly, a little freaked out. So let's get into it. The model's name is Claude Mythos, and Anthropic, the company that built it, has done something pretty much unheard of. They've decided it is just too dangerous to release. The big question, of course, is why? Well, this quote from Anthropic themselves pretty much sums it up. They're not just saying it's good at coding, they're saying it can find and exploit software vulnerabilities better than almost any human expert on the entire planet. Think about that for a second. It's basically a world-class hacker in a box. And just look at the numbers. This isn't a small improvement. On a major cybersecurity benchmark, their last big model, Opus 4.6, got a pretty good score, 66.6%. But Mythos, it just completely blows that out of the water with an 83.1%. That's not just a step forward. It's a giant, jaw-dropping leap. And, this isn't just a one-trick pony. It's not only about hacking. Across a bunch of really tough software engineering tests, Mythos is just crushing it. A 24 percentage point jump here, a 17-point jump there. I mean, when you look at the data, it's pretty clear. This is, hands down, the most powerful coding model anyone has ever built. Okay, but this isn't just about scoring high on tests, right? This is the real deal. Mythos has already found critical security holes in software we all use, holes that have been hiding there for decades. A 27-year-old bug in OpenBSD that's supposed to be one of the most secure systems out there. A 16-year-old flaw in FFmpeg, which is basically in every video app you use. And it even found ways to chain together vulnerabilities in the Linux kernel, the thing that runs like most of the internet. Insane. So this is the bottom line. Anthropic is saying that if the wrong person got their hands on this thing, they could basically crack open any piece of software they wanted. And because of that massive risk, they're not letting us, or anyone, use it. But is that really the whole story? Because this whole situation, it kind of feels familiar, doesn't it? It brings up a huge question we've seen in AI before. Is this a truly responsible move to protect us all? Or is it just a really, really clever marketing strategy? I mean, we've definitely seen this playbook before. Remember back in 2019, OpenAI made headlines saying GPT-2 was way too dangerous to release. Then, in 2022, that Google engineer claimed a chatbot was sentient. It starts to feel a little bit like the boy who cried wolf, So the big question now is the wolf finally here? Oh yeah, the headlines back then were just wild. Our text generator is so good it's scary. Things like, an AI so powerful we have to lock it up for the good of humanity. The language was super dramatic, and let's be honest, it created a ton of hype. Sound familiar? And this really gets to the heart of it, right? You've got these two sides of the coin. On the one hand, yeah, saying your AI is too dangerous builds incredible hype. It helps you raise a boatload of cash, and it makes you look like the top dog in the industry. But on the other hand, the fears about GPT-2 weren't completely baseless. It was used to spam the internet with propaganda. And the potential threat from Mythos feels so much more concrete. We're talking about giving hackers a tool that would let them have an absolute field day. So, okay, while Mythos is locked away in Anthropic's vault, the rest of the AI world hasn't just been sitting around. In fact, two other really important models just came out that we can actually get our hands on, and they give us a really interesting look at where this whole thing is going. All right, first up, we've got Meta's new model Muse Spark. It's solid. It's actually near the top of the charts when it comes to understanding figures and charts. And it's super token efficient, which is just a fancy way of saying it's way cheaper to run. But, and this is a big but, in key areas like coding, it's kind of just middle of the pack. So a good new model, for sure, but maybe not the massive game changer people were hoping for. So you have this solid new model from a tech giant. That's a pretty big story, right? That's what most people probably noticed. But the real story, the one that is truly a bombshell, actually flew under the radar a bit. Because the biggest surprise didn't come from a big corporation. It came from open source. Yeah, check this out. This is where things get really interesting. A new open source model, GLM 5.1, just dropped. And on that same coding benchmark, it scored a 58.4. Now that doesn't just put it in the same league as the big guys, it actually beats the latest closed models from both OpenAI and Anthropic. This is a huge deal. For years, everyone just assumed the best, most powerful AI would always be locked away in these big tech labs. This proves that idea is wrong. Open source isn't just catching up anymore, it's taking the lead. A top-tier, state-of-the-art coding model is now out there for anyone, to download and use. And that brings us right back to where we started, to that central problem. But now, it's not just about one secret model from one company, it's about all of them. Whether it's a closed model like Mythos or a powerful open-source one like this new GLM, we're now staring down this dual-use dilemma on a massive scale.
So what is dual use? Well, it's basically any tech that can be used for something really good and something really bad. Think about nuclear energy. It can power a city, or it can level one. Same idea. An AI that's a genius at coding is the perfect example. That same genius can be used by the good guys to find and fix security holes, or it can be used by the bad guys to find those same holes and break in. It's the exact same tool, but it can lead to two completely different and pretty profound outcomes.
And here's something that's really important to understand. Anthropic didn't try to build a master hacking tool. All they wanted was an AI that was amazing at writing software. But it turns out, as a side effect of becoming an expert builder, it also became an expert breaker. That dangerous skill just emerged. It wasn't something they specifically trained it to do. So what's Anthropic's plan? Well, they're calling it Project Glasswing. The idea is to keep Mythos itself locked down, but give special access to a handful of top cybersecurity experts. We're talking people at places like Microsoft, Google, and Apple. The goal is to basically use Mythos for defense. Let the good guys use this super hacker to find all the security flaws and patch them up before even more powerful models like this are just everywhere. And that leaves us with this huge, urgent question. The very same intelligence that lets an AI build our digital world also gives it the power to tear it all down. Anthropic's plan is to put this power in the hands of a few trusted defenders. But now that open source models are just as good, that power isn't really theirs to control anymore. So as AI keeps getting better and better at building our world, how on earth do we stop it from breaking it?